A good chunk of my business revolves mainly around selling stamps, covers, and postcards. I also deal with collectible paper currency, political ephemera, and vintage print ads. The best way that I've found to source material for new inventory is by purchasing collections and accumulations. More often than not, this will come in the form of a stamp or postcard collection or accumulation. And I differentiate between collection and accumulation. A collection, in my mind, is basically an accumulation that is organized in some way. It may not be the way you and I would organize something, but it is at least organized. An accumulation is basically an unorganized collection. So a collection of stamps would be an album or a stock book of a certain country or a theme or a topic. For postcards, it would be a box or an album of trains or postcards from a specific state. An accumulation is basically just a whole bunch of stamps or a whole bunch of postcards, and good luck with that. I recently purchased a pretty significant accumulation of postcards, and the vast majority of them were standard size from the United States, but there were a handful of boxes of international postcards from other countries. Inside one of the international boxes of postcards, I found something that honestly I was not intending to find, but I thought it was pretty cool. I went on YouTube to see if anyone was making videos on this kind of material and found very little, if anything. So let's take a look. These are postal reply cards or postal stationery, exclusively from the British Commonwealth. And they're also from, or they at least appear to be dated from the height of the British Empire, which arguably would be the late 1800s through like World War I. And there's a whole bunch of them here. So very interesting material. So we'll just go through some of these here. Natal, Natal, Natal. Straight settlements. Seychelles. I'm probably not going to be pronouncing some of these correctly. Virgin Islands, Gibraltar, Gibraltar. I've already started to inventory some of them, so I've been putting them in these thin plastic postcard holders, and then this is simply my inventory number that I put on the sleeve. These are interesting. These are something called Orange Free State, I believe. The actual stamp is affixed. Over here, it's not a stamp, it's actually on the paper. These have the stamps affixed to them. Orange Free State. The overprint. This one's used. Can't quite make out the postmark. Leeward Islands, Leeward Islands. Specimen from Gold Coast, British Guyana. Specimen from Turks Islands, Straits Settlements, Tobago, Seychelles, I believe. is how you pronounce it. Trinidad, Trinidad, Antigua, 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 Mauritius. Might not be pronouncing these correctly, I apologize. Kenya and Uganda, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, Tanganyika. So this would be KUT is how you would say it if it was a stamp. Leeward Islands, Leeward Islands, Leeward Islands, Leeward Islands, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. Got Queen Victoria, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica me crazy here. Let's see, specimen from Jamaica. Got King Edward VII. I would date this early 20th century. I believe he became king in 1901 with the death of Queen Victoria. British India overprinted. British India overprint with the postmark. This one's used. Lettering on the background, on the back. Let's go to Kent, England. British India, East India. East India with the overprint. East India. And then there's all the different states of India. Very, very cool material. I have, I mean, literally hundreds of these. India postage, this is another. We got a specimen one from India. State of Travancore. British India. NIZAMS Dominions. Unclear. Another Travancore specimen. Gibraltar. This is all Gibraltar. Gibraltar. Gibraltar specimen. Okay, St. Christopher. St. Christopher. St. Christopher. St. Christopher. Grenada. 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 I mean, did not expect to find this in a kind of run-of-the-mill postcard accumulation, but who knows? I mean, I find all kinds of stuff in ephemera collections, stamp collections, postcard collections. Some of these here I've already inventoried. Cape of Good Hope. Cape of Good Hope. This one's interesting. Ceylon, which would become Sri Lanka. Ceylon. Ceylon. A lot of Ceylon. This one's cool with the surcharge, or the maybe upcharge overprint. Get Natal. Natal. Specimen Natal. Natal. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, more Sierra Leone, Zanzibar. Interesting stamps on these. Again, you can't really even say they're a stamp because it's not separate, it's on the card. A lot of Zanzibar, Bahamas, Barbados, Bermuda. This one looks like Queen Elizabeth II here, so this would be post 1953, I believe, is when she was coronated, so they probably started making stamps or imprints of her image shortly after that. So this would be from the 50s at the earliest. And then back to Queen Victoria, Bermuda, British Bechuanaland. Might be pronouncing that not right. Very cool stamp. See here, it's the Stamp of Good Hope, and it's simply overprinted with the new name. Even this said Cape of Good Hope, overprinted, crossed out with British Bechuanaland. Same thing with this one. Very, very interesting stuff. All right, here's some cool ones here. British Central Africa Protectorate specimen. Internal, same thing, internal specimen. Regular internal, British Central Africa external, as opposed to internal. External, we're back to the Bahamas. Gibraltar with the Spanish centimos overprint. Same thing with this one. This one's interesting. Morocco agencies. Gibraltar reply card with a Morocco agencies overprint and the 5 centimos new currency. What is this? I think this is a newspaper. Yeah, it says here, this wrapper may only be used for newspapers. Very, very cool. I don't know what the market for this stuff is, but it's definitely cool. Like, I'm super into the design on these. You know, and I've been dealing in stamps for a long time, so I know what a lot of this means, but I have the volume, the amount of these that I now have, and this is probably half of them that I'm showing you in this video. To open an international postcard box within a, you know, 10 or 12,000 postcard accumulation, and one of the boxes has this stuff in it. Very cool. Gibraltar specimen. This one's used. This one is going to America. Meriden, looks like Connecticut, USA. This one's really cool. What is this one? Gibraltar, 25 centimo. So this is a stamp. Postcard, that means postcard in German, maybe. Okay. Oh, very cool. Kaiser Wilhelm II. This is in German, I can't read it. Oh, Bremen, that's a ship line. That's a cool postcard. So this is an actual postcard with the unused Gibraltar Spanish valuation on it. This has got to be from the 1880s, if I had to take a guess. That's a cool postcard. I don't want to mess any of this up as I'm making the video. Oil Rivers Protectorate. This is an interesting focus when it comes to stamp collecting. Oil Rivers became... Oil Rivers was before Niger Coast, and this did not last very long. Oil Rivers maybe lasted 5 years, and then Niger Coast came into being. So this is pretty cool. It doesn't even say what original imprint. Okay, it says United Postal Union. That's crossed out. Great Britain and Ireland, crossed out, and replacing it with British Protectorate Oil Rivers. This is a cool one. Orange River Colony specimen, St. Christopher, St. Vincent specimen. I mean, there is so many different countries, protectorates, overseas territories, dominions, whatever you want to call them. Tobago, St. Christopher, Trinidad, Turks and Caicos. Wow. All right, we got a few more here, and then I'm going to end the video because I'm already going almost 15 minutes. Let's see. British Honduras, Jamaica. That one's pretty cool with the kind of, is that a pre-cancel? Not sure. UPU from Jamaica. The surcharge or the new valuation, 1 penny, halfpenny on Queen Elizabeth. Jamaica, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanganyika. So this is Coot, and then it says Kenya, Uganda. Okay. Specimen, Montserrat. It's a cool stamp. I'm calling it a stamp, you know what I mean. It's not an actual stamp, it's on the card itself. British Guyana, Gold Coast specimen. A lot of specimen ones in here, which is very interesting. Nyasaland Protectorate. This looks like King George V, I want to say. So this would be after 1910, which I believe is when King Edward VII died. Federation of the Cook Islands. Wow, look at this one. Very interesting. British Honduras, Mauritius with the new valuation. And then what do we have here? Hong Kong. Wow, these are cool. These all Hong Kong. Hong Kong. See Queen Victoria in the kind of like that different, I don't know if it's the same picture of her. I don't think it is. Let's see. No, it's a different picture. Interesting. Hong Kong 1 cent. 1 cent overprint. 1 cent overprint. Very cool. Wow, look at this one. No idea how to pronounce that. Labuan. Interesting. Interesting stuff. And then along with the postcards, there was randomly a whole bunch of like covers and stuff. You never know what you're going to find in a postcard accumulation, specifically of that size. I mean, there was easily 10,000 cards, if not more, and I pulled these out as well, kind of going along with this. Gold Coast Colony. This is a registered letter. And there's a price on it. Interesting. It says 1894. I don't know if that might be a catalog number. And then it says 1750. Very interesting to know. Maybe the person I purchased it from was a dealer at one point. But this is cool. How cool is this? Gold Coast Colony. And then this one is a very large registered letter from Leeward Islands. There's no price on this one. And then this one here is a Gibraltar newspaper wrapper specimen. And this last one here is, not sure what it is. It says Palestine. Wow. So British mandate in Palestine. So do the math. I don't remember exactly when that ended. Probably sometime in the 50s. Oh, no. I mean, Israel was created in 1948, so it would be before 1948. So I don't know exactly when England or the British Empire was in Palestine, but it was the British Palestine, the British Mandate of Palestine, up until the creation of Israel. So this is prior to 1948, at least. At least I think so. Not sure. Put it in the comments. All right, that's it. This video has gone on for long enough. Thanks for watching. See you next time.